Think rocking jaw-dropping designer outfits automatically guarantees VIP treatment from luxury fashion houses? Well, not if you're Meghan Markle. Today, we're exposing 13 reasons why several major fashion brands are reportedly steering clear of working too closely with Meghan Markle. And trust us, you'll want to stick around for number 12, because many commentators believe it's the biggest reason some labels keep saying thanks, but no thanks. If controversy ever needed a spokesperson, plenty of critics would say Meghan Markle would fit the role perfectly. During an interview, fashion expert Georgina Ramazzotti shared her thoughts on why Meghan Markle is rarely spotted wearing creations from luxury giants like Dior, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, and other elite fashion houses. Her remarks instantly reignited debate surrounding Meghan Markle's reputation within the fashion industry. According to Georgina, luxury brands guard their image and reputation like priceless treasures. She explained that top labels are incredibly selective about the names they attach themselves to, and lending outfits to public figures who spark intense reactions can be viewed as a serious gamble. In her view, scoring complimentary designer pieces from brands uncertain about your public image can become almost impossible. Then come the reports that have kept tongues wagging for years. Claims have circulated that Meghan Markle, through her stylist and PR team, reached out to major fashion houses including Chanel, Dior, and Valentino. According to those reports, conversations that may have begun as possible collaborations allegedly evolved into requests for complimentary clothing loans, leaving plenty of insiders within fashion circles raising their eyebrows.
How tacky that is to even ask. There have been celebrities that have asked, for sure. A lot of times we would say, in the past, we would say, this is an original sample. It's one of a kind. We're happy to send you when it is out in the world. We'll gift it to you. I've seen this all, and the reality is she's not important enough for any designer to be like, here, take my original samples for your use.
Fashion houses were reportedly anything but thrilled by the entire situation. According to claims from industry insiders, some designers wanted absolutely no connection to what they allegedly saw as an attempt to reinvent Meghan Markle's public image. One designer reportedly hinted that jumping into the drama could bring the wrong kind of spotlight to a brand, making the entire affair seem like a risky publicity gamble. Within certain fashion circles, Meghan Markle reportedly earned the nickname the Duchess of Discount, a title that triggered plenty of whispers behind closed doors. Meanwhile, Anna Wintour has remained one of fashion's most powerful figures for decades, and reports claim tensions emerged over editorial control and creative direction. In September 2022, Meghan Markle was reportedly expected to land the cover of British Vogue, a move that would have marked a huge fashion achievement. However, reports alleged disagreements surfaced over just how much influence Meghan Markle and her team wanted over the feature. Anna Wintour reportedly had no intention of surrendering editorial authority, and in the end, the planned cover was reportedly abandoned, leaving fashion insiders buzzing for months afterward.
Just quickly, Meghan Markle, apparently her attempt to get on the cover of Vogue has failed due to her long list of demands.
The drama sparked a fresh storm of chatter throughout fashion circles. One fashion editor reportedly claimed that Vogue would never sign off on the level of editorial control Meghan Markle allegedly wanted over a feature. According to those reports, some industry observers still view that clash as one reason a Vogue cover appearance remains a long shot. When Prince Harry and Meghan Markle stepped away from royal duties, Dior avoided making a grand statement or turning the situation into a spectacle. Instead, the fashion house reportedly stayed focused on its own agenda and priorities. Reports suggested that Harry and Meghan Markle hoped to build a closer relationship with the luxury label, but Dior eventually appeared to shift its attention toward other members of the royal family. Then things took an even juicier turn when rumors began swirling that Dior had sponsored Meghan Markle. The speculation spread like wildfire across media outlets and social platforms, but the brand reportedly wasted no time shutting down the claims and putting the rumors to rest before they gathered even more steam.
Dior says this is not true. They have no idea where this came from. And as I told you and your producers...
I bet it came from Meghan's team. I bet you anything it came from Meghan's team.
A Dior spokesperson later poured cold water on the growing rumors, insisting there had been no contract talks and no recent communication with Meghan Markle. That response grabbed plenty of attention because reports of a multi-million-dollar deal had already exploded across headlines and social media, convincing many people that a blockbuster partnership was just around the corner. The story became even juicier when the actress who played Princess Diana in The Crown was later unveiled as a face associated with the brand. The move caught royal watchers and fashion fans completely off guard, especially after months of speculation surrounding Meghan Markle and Dior. Major fashion houses are famously careful when it comes to protecting their image and managing public relationships. During Paris Fashion Week in October 2025, designer Pier Paolo Pacioli reportedly revealed a detail that immediately set tongues wagging. According to reports, Meghan Markle personally reached out to express interest in attending the show instead of receiving an invitation first. That claim fueled plenty of chatter throughout fashion circles. Some commentators argued that when a globally recognized figure is reportedly the one making the first move, it can raise questions about their current level of influence within the industry. The revelation turned heads and added yet another twist to the never-ending conversation surrounding Meghan Markle's position in the fashion world.
It's been revealed that Meghan Markle actually invited herself to this Paris Fashion Week show earlier this month. Now, the Balenciaga designer has claimed that she reached out and she said she would love to come to the show. I mean, Andrew, reading this, it does not surprise me.
When it comes to brand deals and public appearances, critics have argued that Meghan Markle hasn't always been especially picky about the companies she chooses to be associated with. One example that stirred up plenty of chatter was her appearance at a Balenciaga event. The brand had already faced fierce public backlash in 2022 over advertising campaigns that many people considered controversial and inappropriate, resulting in waves of criticism and damaging headlines. Because of that history, some commentators questioned why Meghan Markle, who has frequently spoken about issues affecting children and families, would want to be connected to the brand in the first place. The decision ignited heated debate online, with critics accusing her of sending conflicting messages. Some even handed her the nickname the Duchess of Hypocrisy, a label that quickly added more fuel to the fire across social media and entertainment news outlets.
Slamming Meghan for this, calling her the Duchess of Hypocrisy for attending Balenciaga's show, seeing as there was a lot of controversy around this brand and an ad that was seen as quite creepy that involved children.
That's right. So the ads were very creepy. They were offensive, actually, more than creepy, I think. And they were children posing with teddy bears in bondage gear. And Balenciaga's brand was in the toilet almost overnight, really.
Yeah.
One unexpected twist that grabbed plenty of attention centered around Meghan Markle's own lifestyle venture after American Riviera Orchard was rebranded as Ever. Reports indicated that the company hit a trademark roadblock that complicated some of its plans. According to those reports, U.S. trademark officials concluded that the name As was too similar to an existing clothing label carrying the same name. Because of that overlap, clothing-related products were reportedly removed from the trademark application. The development sparked fresh debate because fashion and lifestyle merchandise are often key ingredients in expanding a brand. In practical terms, Ever can reportedly continue with products like food items, home goods, and other lifestyle offerings. However, reports suggest that selling clothing under the As name could trigger trademark complications and potentially open the door to legal disputes if the matter remains unresolved.
More trouble for Meghan Markle launching her lifestyle brand. As Allison Hall reports, the new name she's chosen is already in use.
There's major fallout over the new name Meghan Markle has picked for her lifestyle brand.
And it's called As Ever. As Ever essentially means as it's always been. Of course, there will be fruit preserves. I think we're all clear at this point that jam is my jam.
But there's a big problem. Turns out As Ever is already
Quite an awkward twist for someone supporters often celebrate as a fashion trendsetter. Critics viewed the trademark issue as a rather embarrassing obstacle. Luxury fashion houses pour enormous amounts of money and effort into protecting their brand names, logos, and intellectual property. That's why some observers couldn't help finding it ironic that Meghan Markle's own lifestyle brand reportedly ran into the very kind of trademark problem that major fashion companies work tirelessly to avoid. Magazine editors are also famous for fiercely defending their editorial independence. Reports have claimed that Meghan Markle sought a considerable amount of influence over a Harper's Bazaar feature, something that reportedly sparked plenty of behind-the-scenes discussion. There were also claims that she requested to be introduced as the Duchess of Sussex during a small meeting attended by just 2 people. Those reports quickly grabbed attention and became yet another talking point among critics and royal commentators.
Cannot believe it. So she's stunned fans revealing a new Harper's Bazaar interview after a surprising behind-the-scenes detail about her conduct sent the internet into overdrive. So that even if there were only 2 people in the room, that Meghan Markle needed to be formally announced, formally welcomed. I mean, that's extraordinary.
Some observers argued that the finished article felt less like a traditional magazine profile and more like a carefully orchestrated promotional piece. According to those critics, the tone appeared extremely polished, fueling speculation that Meghan Markle's influence may have shaped certain aspects of the overall presentation. The article quickly became a hot topic within fashion and media circles, with many commentators debating just how much involvement Meghan Markle may have had behind the scenes. Fashion brands usually place stability, strong public appeal, and positive attention above everything else. Because of that, The ongoing comparisons between Catherine and Meghan Markle have become increasingly difficult for brands and industry insiders to ignore, especially as both women continue attracting enormous public interest and widespread media attention.
Ruby and diamond pendant and earrings, first noted in 2017, probably from some royal collection. You know what I'm saying? When she goes out there with that jewelry on, you know it's been passed through generation and generation and generation, honey. Got to keep that stuff under lock and key. But Catherine, I love to see her doing meaningful work. And when you juxtapose this to what's going on in California with Harry and Meghan, there's just such light and day, right? There's just such a stark contrast.
While Meghan Markle reportedly encountered difficulties securing certain luxury fashion partnerships, Catherine's public appearances have consistently been credited with delivering enormous media value. Fashion analysts frequently point to the famous Catherine effect, where outfits she wears sell out almost instantly, generate glowing headlines, and create a publicity jackpot for brands. From a business standpoint, many fashion houses view that kind of attention as incredibly valuable and refreshingly straightforward. Luxury brands lend out gowns, accessories, and exclusive samples worth thousands of dollars every year. The arrangement is usually simple enough. The pieces are worn for an event or appearance and then returned according to agreed schedules. Because of this system, brands place enormous importance on trust and maintaining professional relationships. Over the years, various stories have circulated claiming that Meghan Markle sometimes held onto borrowed fashion pieces longer than expected. One example often mentioned by commentators involves a green dress that reportedly resurfaced after previously being used for a photo shoot. Although these claims remain heavily debated, they have continued generating chatter within fashion circles. Whether true or not, stories like these can shape public perceptions. As one designer allegedly remarked, "It's not outright stealing, but it breaks the unwritten rules." Remarks like that have kept speculation alive and contributed to concerns some brands may have regarding strict lending practices and professional expectations.
Eagle-eyed viewers noticed this was the same green gown she wore during a 2022 photo shoot for Variety. And a source has told Page Six that Meghan allegedly took this gown, which retails for $1,695 US. Dee, she allegedly took the dress from the shoot without asking. Surely that...
The fashion world is already one of the fiercest industries on the planet, with brands constantly battling for attention, customers, and market share. Throw public controversy into the mix, and suddenly you've got a headache many companies would rather avoid. That's exactly why fashion houses are incredibly cautious about stepping into situations that could damage their reputation or pull focus away from their products. Meghan Markle has remained one of the most talked about public figures for years, and opinions about her continue to split audiences right down the middle. Critics argue that any partnership involving her can quickly turn into a much bigger public spectacle. From that point of view, some brands may fear that the spotlight could drift away from their collections and land squarely on the ongoing debates surrounding Meghan Markle and the royal family. For luxury labels, image is absolutely everything. These companies spend years crafting carefully polished identities and pouring millions into marketing campaigns. The last thing many brands want is for a product launch, fashion campaign, or glamorous red carpet appearance to be drowned out by headlines focused on controversy instead of the brand itself. That's why some companies prefer to remain neutral and avoid becoming tangled in highly publicized disputes. Rather than picking sides in public battles, many fashion houses simply keep their distance and concentrate on protecting their image. Industry observers often point out that maintaining broad appeal is usually a safer move than diving into divisive conversations. Another factor frequently brought up is long-term reliability and consistency. Fashion brands typically prefer ambassadors and partners capable of maintaining successful relationships over many years. Companies often seek out public figures with a proven track record of stable collaborations and lasting business partnerships. Critics have pointed to several of Meghan Markle's business ventures while discussing this issue. They argue that some of her biggest agreements have been surprisingly short-lived. One example frequently mentioned is her Spotify deal, which wrapped up after just 1 season and 12 episodes. For some observers, developments like that have shaped perceptions about the staying power of her commercial partnerships and sparked even more debate about her appeal to major fashion brands.
What about Meghan and Harry? I see that Spotify have dumped, and I can't imagine why, because it was just such riveting audio.
Apparently it did rate well among some audiences, but...
I can tell you exactly who it would have rated well amongst, but yeah.
Her Netflix partnership has also gone through periods of scrutiny and non-stop public discussion. Because of developments like these, some critics argue that certain brands may see Meghan Markle as a less predictable option for a long-term partnership. Over the years, her public image has gone through several transformations, prompting some companies to adopt a more cautious stance. From a branding perspective, consistency is considered incredibly valuable, and businesses may become concerned about anything that could disrupt a stable public image. Fashion is a multi-billion-dollar industry where relationships, trust, and reputation can matter just as much as the products themselves. For that reason, industry insiders often keep a close eye on reports involving the people they choose to work with. Over the years, stories have circulated portraying Meghan Markle as demanding or difficult behind the scenes, while critics have also pointed to reports involving staff departures and workplace-related complaints. However, Meghan Markle's team has strongly rejected those allegations, and the claims continue to remain the subject of ongoing debate and media attention.
It appears to now be all-out war between Buckingham Palace and Meghan Markle. The palace today ordered an investigation into allegations the Duchess bullied staff back in 2018. And that was before more explosive claims were revealed from her tell-all interview with Oprah Winfrey, targeting what she's calling the firm.
At the end of the day, separating facts, rumors, and public perception is never easy. However, one thing most industry observers seem to agree on is that luxury brands prefer to avoid uncertainty whenever they can. These companies invest enormous amounts of time and money into crafting their image, and they usually favor partnerships that deliver stability, positive publicity, and long-term value. Whenever the threat of unwanted headlines, public feuds, or non-stop controversy enters the picture, many brands decide it's safer to keep their distance. And there you have it, the 13 reasons why some commentators believe major fashion labels have been reluctant to work closely with Meghan Markle. Whether you agree with those arguments or believe the criticism goes too far, one thing is impossible to ignore. Meghan Markle remains one of the most talked-about public figures on the planet, and the debate surrounding her influence within the fashion world continues to divide opinions. Now we want to hear from you. If you were launching a fashion brand and needed a public figure to represent it, would Meghan Markle make your shortlist? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, share it with others, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.